Hello, my name is Jamie Dawson, and I'm a Social Security Disability attorney here at Sanders Law Firm in Roswell, New Mexico. During Corona, a lot of us have had to stop and rethink our priorities. Social Security disability is something some of us may have thought of and some of us haven't. There are many myths out there about Social Security disability, about people gaming the system or the system favoring one kind of person over another. There's a lot of myths out there. Another myth is, oh, I'll get temporary disability. That's not a program of Social Security. You may be thinking short term at work, long term at work, but Social Security disability doesn't have a temporary program. There are several rules, there are several steps, there are several programs. If you have a claim pending, if you've never had a claim pending, if you are waiting for a hearing date, if you had a claim several years ago and you either abandoned it or you got denied at a level and just never appealed, we may be able to help you. We do free consultations here at Sanders. All of them are with me. They are all free. They're confidential. We talk about the options. We talk about where you are in your case, if you have a case, what the next steps are. One thing a lot of people don't know is you're entitled to an attorney in these cases. The way attorneys work in these cases is they don't get paid unless you get approved. And it's usually a percentage. For us is 25% of your back pay. There are caps. The statutory cap right now is $6,000. You don't pay that out of pocket. Social Security sends it directly to your attorney. These are things that a lot of people don't know. If you're pending a hearing date, if you just got a denial letter in the mail and you don't know your next step and the letter says I can appeal it, but I don't know what to do, we can help you. If during this pandemic you've been out of work, you've had limited work, you went back for a little bit, but then the restaurant shut back down, or your store had to cut back because they're not getting the influx of customers, and you've had underlying medical issues for years and you've been wondering about disability, but you've never looked into it because you've been working, we can talk about whether it's the best option for you. We can talk about whether hopefully it's soon, all this goes away. I don't think it will be soon, but we can talk about whether or not you should go ahead and file or if you should wait or what's going on. There's rules, there's several different programs as I mentioned before, and we can talk about what's right for you, whether it is right for you. If you have a claim pending, we can talk to you about your appeals rights. We can talk about whether you should get an attorney. My advice in most cases, as self-serving as it sounds, is get an attorney because it just works better. You get that. It's no longer, you've got a lot going on. You get rid of that headache of dealing with Social Security, and you get somebody to do it for you. Somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who, frankly, does it all the time, dealing with Social Security. Again, free consultations at the number right here. Any level. I've heard a myth that says I have to get denied once before I can get an attorney. You get an attorney to file the initial application with you, and we do them all the time. We sit down with you, we determine there's little things in each case, right? Everybody's case is different. Just because you're 55 with a back problem and you know a 58-year-old with a similar back problem, y'all's cases are different. My big rule is do not compare cases. I can't explain their case versus your case. I just know your case. The system is broken. Social Security disability does not work the way it was intended. 90% of Americans are denied the first time. You have to keep appealing. People think that, you get a denial several years ago, they never appeal it. Then 2 years later, they file a new claim. Then 2 years later, you're not doing anything productive. All you're doing is kind of gumming up the system and not helping your cause. You have to appeal it. Frankly, attorneys and representatives help with that process. They help your case. There are things they point out. For example, you may have a very strong case, but because you put a bad onset date, because you didn't know the rules about working, you say, well, I've been disabled since 2015. But you worked until 2018. So by putting a February 15th, 2015 date on your application, Social Security is just going to ignore it. They're not really going to develop it. They're not going to try to work with you to amend the date if you don't have an attorney, because they know you don't understand it, and they're just going to say, you worked. You were working, you denied. They're not going to really try to parse out when you stopped working. We do that for you. We can do it from the outset. We can make changes that need to be made as the claim goes forward. And again, we can pick up at any level. If you went to hearing, you didn't have an attorney, or you did, and you got a denial and you want to know your options, we can help with that too. Again, the number's right here. Give us a call for a free consultation, and we will discuss your options, whether the program's right for you, whether there's alternatives for you, and what you should do going forward. Thank you.